Kayden, in his yellow cat form, is clearly pushing through a difficult recovery, surrounded by crackling energy and visibly struggling. Pluto and Cardian approach with concern. Pluto gently asks if Kayden is okay, while Cardian observes that Kayden tried to hide his injuries from Jiwoo, noting his body must be a mess. Finally, Kayden explodes, exclaiming, "Obviously, it fucking hurts." He then reflects that while he defeated Iadop, his opponent's technique almost took him out, revealing the true toll of the battle. Kayden, still visibly recovering, reflects that his opponent's technique would have been dangerous if the fight had continued. But his demeanor quickly shifts. He asserts, "The results are all that matter," proudly declaring, "After all, I won." His triumphant laughter turns to silence under Pluto and Cardian's gaze. Kayden then asks, "What's Jiwoo doing?" Pluto reveals Jiwoo went to meet friends, prompting Kayden to grumble about his disciple having fun instead of training, as the scene transitions to an exterior shot. The scene shifts to an outdoor training ground where Jiwoo is about to spar with his friend, Jisuk. Jiwoo stretches, getting ready in his black gym suit, while Jisuk, in his white hoodie, flexes confidently, ready for action. Their friends, Jiyoung and Inhyuk, observe from one side, with Won and Sabine watching intently from another vantage point. With everyone gathered, Jiwoo and Jisuk face each other in the center of the training area, poised to begin their friendly training match. As everyone gathers, Jisuk initially seems lost in thought, but then surprises everyone by directly challenging Jiwoo. He declares, "Isio Jiwoo, duel with me." Jiwoo looks up, clearly taken aback, responding with a bewildered "Huh?" Jisuk, while still munching on a snack, initially dismisses the idea as "what bullshit," but quickly turns serious. He clarifies, "I'm not joking. I want a formal duel with you," setting a much more intense tone for their upcoming match. Jiwoo looks surprised by Jisuk's sudden intensity as Jisuk reiterates his challenge. He sternly tells Jiwoo not to half-ass their duel, to which Jiwoo firmly responds, "I won't." Jisuk then reflects on Jiwoo's impressive recent fights, acknowledging his opponent's strength. With a determined expression, Jisuk begins to power up, energy swirling around him, making it clear this training match is about to become a truly serious test of skill. With the challenge accepted, the air crackles as Inhyuk declares, "Alright, then. The duel starts now." Jiwoo looks on intently, a bead of sweat appearing as the seriousness of the match settles in. Jisuk then reveals his true intentions, admitting he doesn't expect to defeat Jiwoo, but rather wants to test his own power against him. Energy swirls around Jisuk as he unveils his opening strategy. "First, I'll shroud myself in wind to stop him from getting close." The intense duel between Jiwoo and Jisuk immediately erupts with Jisuk unleashing his wind abilities. Sharp, icy wind shards burst forth, forming a formidable barrier around Jiwoo, who watches the approaching storm intently. Jisuk confidently declares, "Alright." Now he can't get close, as he channels even more power. He then unleashes a massive, swirling vortex of wind, sending powerful, claw-like attacks towards Jiwoo. However, Jiwoo demonstrates incredible agility, expertly dodging the relentless onslaught of wind blades, showcasing his rapid reflexes against Jisuk's determined assault. The training ground is engulfed as Jisuk's wind abilities escalate, showcasing his serious intent against Jiwoo. Sharp, icy wind shards burst forth, creating a formidable barrier. Inhyuk observes, noting Jisuk is putting in quite a lot of effort and using wind to stop Jiwoo from closing in. Jisuk then intensely channels even more power, forming powerful, claw-like wind attacks. He shouts, "Hyah," as he unleashes a massive, swirling vortex, but Jiwoo demonstrates incredible agility, expertly dodging the relentless onslaught, proving his reflexes are a match for Jisuk's determined assault. The wind duel intensifies as Jisuk suddenly widens his attack area, blanketing the training ground. Inhyuk, watching intently, realizes Jisuk's strategy has evolved, thinking Jisuk's attack might actually work. Jiwoo skillfully dodges the expanding vortex of wind, his speed allowing him to avoid the relentless assault. But as the pressure mounts, Jiwoo's eyes begin to glow, and a surge of energy crackles around him, clearly preparing to unleash his own power. Won looks on, startled by the sudden shift in Jiwoo's intensity. As the duel intensifies, Jiyoung watches with a look of concern. Jiwoo, now fully powered up, moves with incredible speed through Jisuk's wind, delivering a swift counterattack. Jisuk is visibly struck and sent reeling backward from the force. The impact of Jiwoo's blow is so strong it cracks the very ground beneath them, sending debris flying. Jisuk is thrown back, his expression shifting from confidence to clear shock and defeat as the training match concludes. The intense duel continues as Jisuk watches Jiwoo deftly navigate his wind attacks. Determined, Jisuk clenches his fist, declaring, "I won't let your attack get anywhere near me." He then unleashes a powerful, explosive burst of wind, expanding his formidable barrier even further across the training ground. Despite the overwhelming force of the intensified storm, Jiwoo moves with astonishing speed and agility, effortlessly weaving through the swirling currents, relentlessly closing the distance on Jisuk. Jiwoo, having masterfully navigated Jisuk's intensified wind assault, now fully unleashes his own power. His eyes glow with fierce determination as a powerful surge of energy erupts around him, culminating in a resounding kaboom. With incredible speed, Jiwoo delivers a devastating strike, the immense force of his attack cracking the very ground beneath them. Jisuk is completely overwhelmed, sent reeling backward by the immense impact, his expression shifting to utter shock and defeat as the duel concludes. The intense duel culminates with Jisuk overwhelmed by Jiwoo's power. Jisuk is visibly injured, bleeding, and left on his knees in a massive, shattered crater. He wonders, how is he, as the force of Jiwoo's attack takes its toll. Watching, Subin is utterly stunned, exclaiming, "What on earth?" She questions, "Don't you have To get up close to use zero impact?" Inhyuk then reveals the shocking truth: Jiwoo didn't actually attack Jisuk directly, leaving everyone bewildered by the sheer destructive force Jiwoo unleashed without even making physical contact. Inhyuk clarifies Jiwoo's incredible technique, explaining he tore apart the wind around his body using zero impact, while Jiyeon looks on thoughtfully. Jisuk is left battered and kneeling, confirming his defeat by simply stating, "I lost." Subin rushes over to her friend, noting he's a mess and questioning why he's suddenly challenged him. Jisuk, still injured, deflects with a whatever, but privately acknowledges his shock, realizing, "I didn't think I'd be this much weaker than him." Subin watches him with concern, as Jisuk grapples with his unexpected loss. After his intense spar, a visibly injured Jisuk turns away from his friends, stating, "Sorry, I just want to be alone for a bit." Subin, deeply concerned, calls out, "You need To go to the hospital, where are you going?" But Jisuk limps away, his back covered in fresh wounds. Won, Jiyeon, and Inhyuk watch silently, unable to stop him, as Jisuk grapples with his overwhelming defeat, seeking solitude after the intense match.